Hello students, so your next topic is Rolle's theorem. So first, before starting Rolle's theorem, you should clear the basics of the continuity and differentiability. Clear? You should know whether the function is continuous or not. If it is continuous, what is the condition? Clear? That you should know before it. And it should be derivable. Derivable means differentiable. You know very well. By looking at the function, you can means tell me that whether the given function is differentiable or not. Okay, so statement of Rolle's theorem: if a function fx is given, it should be continuous, it should be differentiable, clear, and it should satisfy this condition, that is f of a is equal to f of p. Now what is f of a, what is a and b? A and b are the values you will be getting from the intervals. Here you can check function is continuous on the closed interval ab and function is differentiable on the open interval ab. Clear? If this three condition is satisfied, then Rolle's theorem is applicable on any type of the function. And if Rolle's theorem is applicable, then there exists at least one number c. C is any variable which will be from a to b. Clear? Such that f dash c is equal to 0. Here f dash means you are differentiating a given function and at the place of x you are putting c. Clear? And f dash c is equal to 0. You will get the value of c from here. Okay? For which Rolle's theorem has been verified. It is clear? Now before starting the question, make a note that each and every polynomial is always continuous and differentiable. Clear? If it is given in the form of the fraction, you should check whether it is continuous or not for the given interval. Clear? It will be more clear with the help of the questions. So here it is, first question. In the first set of the question, you have to examine the applicability of Rolle's theorem, means whether for the given function you can apply Rolle's theorem or not. Now see the first question, fx is equal to x on 1 to 2, means you have to check that for a given particular function on interval 1 to 2 whether we can apply Rolle's theorem or not. So solution is already written for you, I am just explaining. Clear? Here you can see fx is a variable x, or we can say it is a polynomial also of one term. Fx is continuous, obviously, because it is a polynomial. X is differentiable. Yes, you can differentiate x, you will get 1. Now what about the a and b? Two condition has been satisfied. Third condition is you have to satisfy f of a and f of b, whether they are coming equal or not. If they are coming equal, it will be satisfied, otherwise it is not. Here you can see a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2. See, I am taking value from the interval itself. F of a means, what is the value of a? 1. F of 1. So at the place of x in the given function I am writing 1. So at the place of x it is 1. In the same way, value of f of b, that is f of 2, is equal to 2. So here you can clearly see that f of a is not equal to f of b. So Rolle's theorem is not applicable here. Next question, you have to check for the function fx equal to x square minus 4 on minus 2 to 2. Here fx is given x square minus 4. It is a polynomial, so it is continuous, it is differentiable. Yes. Here a is equal to minus 2, b is equal to 2. Now if I am checking for f of a is equal to f of minus 2 because value of a is minus 2. I am putting this minus 2 here in the function at the place of x. So I am putting it is minus 2 square minus 4. So minus 2 square is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. In the same way I can check for f of b. F of b means f of 2. At the place of x I am putting 2. So 2 square minus 4, that is 4 minus 4, 0. So here you can see that f of a is equal to f of b. Therefore Rolle's theorem is applicable here. Rolle's theorem is applicable. Yes, now the next question, fx equal to x square plus 5 upon x minus 2 on 0 to 4. Now it is not polynomial, so directly we cannot consider it as a polynomial. So let's check. Here fx is given x square plus 5 upon x minus 2. Now 0 to 4, if you check from the 0 to 4, how many values are there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means x can take 0, x can take 1, x can take 2, x can take 3 and x can take 4. So if all the values here in the given interval is satisfying fx, then we can say that fx is continuous. If one of the value is not satisfying, then fx is discontinuous. So you can check for x equal to 2. X equal to 2. When you put x equal to 2 here in the denominator, just putting 2 square plus 5 here at the place of x, I am putting 2. So it is coming 9 upon 0. 9 upon 0 is infinity, and infinity is imaginary number. Yes, so we can say here this you have to do in your rough side. You have to not include this in the solution. Here you can see for x equal to 2, here fx is not satisfied. Fx is not satisfied. Therefore it is not continuous. It is not continuous. And if it is not continuous, the first statement of the theorem, what is the first statement? See, that fx should be continuous. If it is not continuous, we cannot check for the other two statement. So here Crowley's theorem is not applicable. So not applicable. Yes. Now the next set of question, in the next set of question, you have to verify the Rolle's theorem for the given function. See, this is the next question. Very important question. 2 marks question generally, but I think it is fixed for the 2 marks. Clear in the your board examination. So verify Rolle's theorem for the given function. So fx is equal to x square plus 2x minus 8. Now in this type of question you have to write all the steps and statement clearly so that you can get the full marks, because question is purely based on the theorem, so easily you can solve the question. Clear? You have to learn the step, I think. Yes, here fx is given, I will write like this, fx is x square plus 2x minus 8. Clear? Now fx is a polynomial. It is a polynomial, and if it is a polynomial, then first it is continuous. It is continuous for all x, for x belongs to minus 4 to 2. Second, it is differentiable. You can differentiate it. Yes. So it is differentiable for x belongs to open interval minus 4 to 2. Third, we have to check for f of a and f of p. So you can see here a is equal to minus 4 and b is equal to 2. So I will check for first f of a. F of a is f of minus 4. What is the given function? X square plus 2x minus 8. It is the given function. Yes. So f of a is equal to f of minus 4. That is, at the place of x I will be putting minus 4. So minus 4 square plus 2 into minus 4 minus 8. It is clear. I am replacing x here with minus 4. Just simplify this. You will be getting 4 square as 16, minus 4 into 2, minus 8, minus 8. When you simplify it, you will be getting 0. In the same way, you have to check for f of b. What is f of b? F of 2 means the value of b is 2. So in the given function x square plus 2x minus 8, you have to put 2. So 2 square plus 2 into 2 minus 8. Check. 2 square 4, 2 into 2 4. 4 plus 4 8. 8 minus 8 0. So here you can see that f of a is equal to f of b. Clear? That is, you can write in this way also, f of minus 4 is equal to f of 2. Yes? So fx satisfies all the conditions of Rolle's theorem. If it is satisfying all the condition of Rolle's theorem, then there exists a variable c such that f dash c should be equal to 0. Now f dash c means, dash means differentiation. So here first we will differentiate the given function. So given function is x square plus 2x minus 8. So I am differentiating is f dash x will be equal to 2x plus 2. So 2x plus 2. F dash x means differentiating a given function. In the next step, what you have to do, you have to replace this x with c. Why I am replacing this? Because it is given in the theorem itself. That's why I am replacing. I am just following the steps given in the theorem. You have to learn all the steps given in the theorem. So it is 2c plus 2. And in the next step, putting f dash c equal to 0. Because in the statement itself given f dash c is equal to 0. F dash c, what is the value of f dash c? 2c plus 2. 2c plus 2. So when you solve it, you will get the value of c equal to minus 1. Yes. So you can say that thus Rolle's theorem is satisfied where c is equal to minus 1. Now you can check, c is minus 1. C is always belonging to the interval. If you check here, minus 4 to 2, minus 1 is coming between minus 4 and 2. Clear? That's why Rolle's theorem has been satisfied. If this c is not lying between the interval, then we cannot say that Rolle's theorem has been satisfied. Okay. So the next question is based on the Rolle's theorem. Yes, this is your next question. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function fx equal to sine 2x. So this is a trigonometric function. If you check the graph of a sine x or sine 2x, sine 3x, any sine graph, it is always continuous. Remember this. Clear? Now here you can see fx is given sine 2x. I will not write the full statement again and again. I will write in short. It is continuous. It is differentiable. Clear? Third, a is given 0. Clear? b is given pi by 2. F of a. F of a means f of 0. Yes, f of 0. So if you check for the f of 0, you will be getting sine 0 and sine 0 is 0. In the same way, check for f of p. f of p means f of pi by 2, that is sine 2 into pi by 2. Clear? This 2 will cancel out. What is remaining? Sine pi, and the value of sine pi is 0. So here you can see that f of a is equal to f of p. If f of a is equal to f of p, then Rolle's theorem Rolle's theorem can be verified using any variable c. So all the three conditions has been satisfied. What are the three conditions? Continuous, differentiable, and f of a equal to f of p. Clear? So here you will write the statement as it is written in the previous question, that all the three conditions has been satisfied. So the given function satisfy the condition of the Rolle's theorem. So there exists a variable c such that f dash c is equal to 0. So directly now I am writing fx is given sine 2x. What is fx is given sine 2x. Now the next step, what you have to do, you have to find the differentiation of sine 2x. Sine 2x means cos 2x, and when you differentiate applying the chain rule, 2x will be 2. So 2 cos 2x. Next step, you will replace x with c. Yes, and putting, I am just following the steps of the theorem. Clear? Putting f dash c equal to 0. F dash c equal to 0 means 2 cos 2c equal to 0. So here cos 2c equal to 0. Now we know that at pi by 2, the value of cos is 0. So at the place of 0 I am writing cos pi by 2. So when I compare it, 2c will be equal to pi by 2. So the value of c is pi by 4. Clear? Pi by 4 means 45 degree angle, 45 degree when you convert in degree. Now you can check in the question, the interval is given from 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2 means 0 to 90, and the value of c is pi by 4. Pi by 4 means 45, means c is lying between 0 to 90. Hence Rolle's theorem has been verified. Clear? So here your Rolle's theorem is completed. Clear? Next topic that we will be taking is mean value theorem. That will be explained in the next lecture. Thank you.